Hey everybody, Chef Stu back in the kitchen again, bringing you the last part to this, the last part to any Christmas dinner, which is carving your turkey. So this is a pretty straightforward process, and I'm hoping that I can give you some tips so it's not nearly as scary and we don't hack our meat to pieces. So after we've let our turkey sit for at least 20 minutes, it'll look like this. Should have some juices flowing out. That's okay, no problem there. Obviously, the major thing to start off with right away is to free up your legs. So we need to cut those apart just like that. We also want to definitely use and leave our wings on last, because that's actually going to be a rack that keeps it nice and stable. So the very first thing that I always do is I always cut the breasts off. So there's a keel bone, that's called the keel bone, right in the middle here. We're going to go down one side of it, just like so. We're going to find the rib cage, which is right in there. So down we go through there. You can actually see some of the bones right there on the underside. Basically just like a giant chicken. So then when we get to this stage here, we're gonna cut through that skin there. We're gonna peel it back. Everything should come off pretty darn easily. And then I always set my breasts aside just for a second. Okay, and we're just gonna cut through there. And that is gonna go off to the side. So now we've got our breasts removed. We can picket all of that stuff later. I'm not gonna worry about that at this point right now. Now, the next thing to do is get these back legs removed. And that's actually extremely simple to do with your hands. If you're not confident with your hands, you could do this with a pair of tongs. But what you're gonna do is press up from underneath with both of them. They should snap right at the hip joint, right there. So again, I just pull those off. You can do it with a knife too. You can find it right around there. But it's easier just to push up from underneath. And again, you can do this with a rubber glove. I have pretty heat resistant hands. So it's really just about finding that knuckle joint in there. And I just move everything off to the side. Last but not least, we're gonna grab our wings off of here. And again, these can just be kind of hacked off. Turn it around, right there. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm actually just gonna remove the entire carcass. Definitely don't get rid of it right now. You can, again, pick all of these bits off. My personal opinion is just leave them on. I'm gonna use this entire thing for stock later on. Okay, so once we've got everything kind of separated off, now it's time to obviously cut everything. So I'm gonna start off with my breast meat here. I've got my 2 breasts. I'm just gonna do one at a time. And my preferred way of doing this, although you can do it anyway, is just to cut it into strips like so. And again, a pair of tongs instead of your hand would work just fine. I just happen to have hands that can handle a lot of heat. So then underneath, just to get it transferred over in a beautiful one piece, straight underneath with your knife, obviously being careful not to poke your finger, and then transfer it over to your serving dish, like so. And we'll do it with the other breast as well. And again, if you wanted to remove that skin, you could absolutely do that. Okay, and now onto our dark meat. And these are a little bit more tricky, but you can see there's a huge bone right there. So actually what I do is I use my fingers, I peel the bone out, and I, again, don't discard this. This is gonna be our lovely soup tomorrow or the next day or whenever we're looking to make soup out of our leftovers. The biggest thing that you need to know about turkey legs is they have the tendons that are in chicken legs. If you're used to cooking with chicken, the tendons that are in here are inedible. They're way too hard. Chicken ones you can chew on and get rid of them. But turkey ones, they are way harder. So essentially, I'm just peeling very gently away. You can see all those knuckle joints and everything. And again, I'm gonna save all those for soup and for stock, because I love to save everything. Now we've got basically 100% usable meat. Cut it along, and it's all together. And again, just use your knife and your hand, or you could use, like I said, you could use tongs for this process, anything like that. And our second thigh. And I actually like leaving the wings whole on here. There's not a lot of meat on them, so I actually peel off the other bones. The bones go over here, the wing tips go over there, and then the main part, the wingette, or the wingette as it's called. And there you go, an entire 13.5 pound turkey.